Hey everyone, it is Caslow, and welcome back to my channel. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time is look at what the community's hot takes are and just give you my honest response to those hot takes. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into that, so let's see what kind of bullshit y'all are talking about. Smile had no business playing anywhere but in the ending. It felt super out of place in the two sections it played during the MSQ. I can't really dispute at least one of those. I think the other two places it played was, I know for sure, right before the train sequence going into the Vanguard dungeon. I think the other one had to do with the actual coronation as the new Dawn servant. That one, I can understand that one a little bit more, but the train sequence just feels completely out of place. I've joked that I've wanted to put a video up of that whole scene, but instead of the music, using we have to have a montage from Team America World Police, because I think that'd just be funny. So like I said, it's really out of place in that train sequence, but I think they wanted something other than just the theme the Dawntrail theme there. So they decided to go with Smile, but yeah, it's really out of place in that train sequence. Hot take. Imagine an expansion where we got to go to a new land where no one knows us, with no allies, no science, we're just by ourselves going back to our roots, adventuring in a new land and meeting new people. That'd be so fun. Frankly, I wish this is what Dawntrail was. You know, I get it that we kind of want to leave the Scions behind, but we're going to need some allies wherever we go, and the only people we really know are the Scions. There are some smaller characters throughout all the expansions that we've kind of met, but nobody that, if I was going on a trip and I needed some people to back me up in case we get into trouble, there's nobody else that fits that role but the Scions. So taking, in this case, three of them along with us, wasn't that out of the ordinary for me. And as much of a big deal we became in Eorzea, it doesn't surprise me that Kawana wanted some of them as well for his team. So I don't think it was out of place having the Scions there. I think it was a little bit weird not having Grawha with us, and it took forever for Grawha to get there, as well as Y'shtola. As soon as we saw the gate at the end of the Skydeep Sea Note to the Golden City, we should have called Y'shtola, because that was the exact situation that she would be interested in immediately. But like I said, I get the idea that people want to have this new adventure, but story-wise, it doesn't make sense. You're going to take some friends along with you to have your back, and there's no greater friends for the Warrior Light than the Scions. This might be a hot take, but I welcome the changes in difficulty in dungeons. Level 90 to 100 should be more challenging because it's on a high level. If you play the game properly from level 1, you've seen most of the mechanics already. Yeah, and this is a good point. Everything in Final Fantasy XIV builds on itself. And so something that was probably only a raid mechanic 2 expansions earlier starts becoming just a standard dungeon mechanic, because the game wants you to slowly get better. And it's why generally raids tend to get harder, is because the community learns along the way. The same way you're supposed to be learning as you go through all these dungeons leading up. And with the trust system, or duty support, I think it's called now, it's even more the case that they're kind of teaching you through these AI characters what you're supposed to be doing in these dungeons. So yeah, I liked the increase in difficulty. I at least had a lot more difficulty with dungeon bosses in this expansion than the previous one, because you could almost snooze through a lot of the previous dungeon bosses. I think the music for Toriel in Dawntrail is fucking based and really fits the theme of thriving multicultural metropolis. Given jazz's history as a melting pot genre, it just fits. I'm not gonna lie, I was super surprised as soon as I hit Tuliolo and it just got hit with jazz. But this person makes a good point, and I didn't think about it, that jazz was this kind of melting pot of different cultures, creating a truly American music genre. So using that in the most melting pot city of the New World made a lot of sense. Hot take. Dawntrail had a better 90 to 91 than Endwalker did, thanks to the memorable cast of characters. What? okay, I get that we get all these new characters, but 90 to 91 had you talking to Heidelin through Cryo, and the reveal that Fandaniel was Amon. You can't top that with just new characters. I don't know what this person's smoking. My only Dawntrail hot take is that the final area touches on the darkest and most complex topic the series has touched on, and it's good that there's no absolute solution. Just one out of many ways to deal with. I don't know. It obviously was not sustainable. The people that were there didn't want it to happen. It only exists because an AI is running it. Any person, like any non-AI, like any being with a soul was running that would realize this isn't sustainable. It doesn't make sense for the people that are here. We need to let it go. And that's kind of what the story's trying to tell you as well. The only reason everything is happening is because an AI is operating it. Hot take. The new Gunbreaker and Dark gap closers are awesome. No. No, you lost Plunge. Plunge is the best looking skill in the entire game. And on top of that, there's no reason to take the damage away from him. They didn't take the damage away from the one for Paladin. They didn't take the damage away from the one for Warrior. So why are Gunbreaker and Dark Knight left out? Is it because they're supposed to deal more damage, so you just wanted to remove some damage there? If that's the case, just remove, like, lower potencies. You don't have to take away good gap closers. My hot take is Mamool Ja is a better written antagonist than Xenos. Being more fuckable is a bonus. Y'all thirsty for some Mamool Ja. Just gonna say it. But on top of that, I still don't know why he acted the way he did, other than daddy issues. And to be honest, that's kind of why Xenos acted like he did too. Except for Xenos was just always wanting for that thrill of a stronger opponent. Mamool Ja just wants to take over the world to outdo his dad? Like, I thought there was going to be some nuance about, like, no, I'm going to plunge my people into war so that they realize war is bad. But then that just kind of gets lost, and instead it's him going for power from Alexandria to try and take over the world without using Tuliyola. It never made sense to me. MSQ level 98 to 99 really turns into a slog of desperately wanting you to be empathetic for a villain. I think that should have been trimmed somewhat, so a certain weepy boy in the 95 quest could actually have a character arc instead. I assume the weepy boy this person's talking about is Mamool Ja, and I agree. Mamool Ja needed not, I think, more time. I think it needed some seeds in that 91 to 94 period. I think there's only really one line where he talks about that would make mom and dad proud. And he realized after the fact that that's the only reason he's doing this is because his parents had pushed him this way, and because of kind of what it takes to make a blessed twin. But other than that, he's just a dick for the rest of the beginning. There's no seeds of, like, should I really be doing this? This has to be done. Nothing like that. It's just, I'm a dick for being a dick's sake. I think if you had planted some of those seeds early on, even if they were really, really small seeds, would have been a lot better for that payoff. Now, turning to 98 and 99, I think that more has to do that they're showing you how the society works, how Solution 9 works, how Alexandria works. And I don't think they ever tried to make you empathetic towards Sphene. I think you always realize there's something off with Sphene. She's not right. And it's more letting you know what the society is like when you tear it down, what the problems are going to be. And what eventually leads you to understand, oh, this is something that only an artificial intelligence would come to. My one hot take about Dawntrail is about how unnecessarily mad people got about the new alerts because it would have made stuff too easy or whatever. While the actual implementation is just battle alerts are now visually different from less important ones. And if you're not aware, it's just something where right along the center of your screen, it says when a boss is preparing like a really big move that you need to be watching out for. And it's not, I still sometimes miss it. And there's sometimes where they don't use it for attacks that they used earlier in the fight. This happens with Valley Garmonda Extreme especially. I think during the snow phase, it doesn't tell you if he's preparing to do his like breath attack, his donut attack, or just his point blank. You just have to know from the earlier phase that that's what he's doing. But everything else, it just kind of told you, hey, be on the lookout for something. And it's probably a better implementation than some of the earlier like ARR interpretations where you had just say text to know what a boss was getting ready to do. So I agree. It was overblown what kind of effect that new alert was going to have. But hey, those are your hot takes for Dawntrail. I think I'm going to do another one with hot takes regarding the Arcadian after Savage comes out, and it's been out for a week. So if you want to leave your hot takes, go follow me on Twitter, x.com/Caslo25, and leave your hot takes when I post there. But otherwise, be sure to hit me and subscribe. You'll see more videos like this. I'm going to be doing a lot more Final Fantasy XIV content, I think, this year. So just be sure to give me a subscribe here, hit that like button, comment, share, all that fun stuff. And I will see everybody next time. Take care.